Well, hello everybody. We're over here today at the big garden. I'm gonna take a swing at these sweet potatoes, see what I can get out of here. Our ground is just mud, and you're better off if you can dig them while it's dry. That's not gonna happen here, not this year anyway. Uh, they're calling for rain this weekend, and I think the storm that's down in the Gulf's headed this way, so they're expecting us to get some rain out of it. And once again, our prayers go out to you that's down there in Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Florida Panhandle. Uh, that seems to be the hotbed right now, so our prayers go out to you. And just as I was starting, I happened to notice something. I've got woolly worms in here. Look at that rascal. He's black, and I don't know if that's any indication to anything, but anyway, the weather, I was studying about it. I think I heard somebody mention this the other day, how that the weather now is acting a lot more like it was when we were young, and I'll have to agree with that, because I can remember in my later years, my teen years, it seemed like everything got dry, but in my early years, I remember we had cold winters, and I don't remember everything being so dried out. But then we come into the 80s, and we had a lot of dry summers during that time, and on into the 90s too, for that matter. And now it seems like we just getting swamped with rain. But I'm gonna try to get in here. I'll show a little bit of footage of me getting some of these out. These are the white potatoes, and I don't remember specifically getting those, but anyway, that's what they are. And I've heard they bear a lot more than the red, so we'll see. My preference is the Covington Reds. That's the sweet potato that I like, but we'll just take what we've got. So I'm going to get in here and I'm going to pull some of these vines back. We'll see what happens. I would try using the tractor on it, but my thoughts on that, being it's so muddy, I think I'd just make a bigger mess than I'd do good. That one didn't have nothing. That's the one the deer. And we got a little bit of one right there. Nothing fancy. Let me get a bucket. potato. Just one. Got about 6 feet, one decent potato, the rest of it's junk. Junk. There's one split open. I'm gonna keep on, see what I can come up with. Try to get some of this mess cleaned out of here today and tomorrow. And one good thing, if you look there, my mustard, that stuff's going to town. Now on the outside of this fence where I've got it, the deer's working on it. So anyway, I thought I'd show you that. But I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna work this out a little more. I may go down on the other end and work myself this way. I've dug about a 10-foot span up there on that end. It's no different than what I found here. Really, I've got about a 10-foot span here, so about 20 feet, and I don't even have a half of a 5-gallon bucket full. So white sweet potatoes will not work in this area here. They might have worked better up in that red ground, but not down here in the swamp. So I'm going to change gears here. I'm really killing myself for nothing. I'm gonna go get the tractor, and first off, I'm gonna go ahead and take this fence down here on this side, and I may take it all down. I'm gonna redo it, but I want to get that out of there. I want to clean that mess out, drag them weeds out, and I want to put the fence back up just around that salad patch right there, so the deer won't get in there and mess with that. And that way they can have the rest of it, what's left of it. And but I'll get that fence out of my way, and I can back in there with the tractor and clean that up, just drag that junk out, and then I'll go through it and see what I can dig out of it. And but I did notice something else up there too. Let me take the camera up there and show you. Of course, this is normal for sweet potatoes. I mean, if I can find it. Yeah, right in there. You can see rats has got in here. And they can clean them out too, so rats are bold one. I may go up through here and grab these green tomatoes, because that's all they're gonna do. Because I'm gonna go and get that out too. But anyway, I might put that on, show y'all cleaning this thing out. We'll use the Ford this time. We'll use the 140 over there. And what I may do is take my cultivator on the Ford, and I'll back up in here and see if I can drag this mess out. Kind of use it as a rake. We'll see how that'll work. I don't know. I've done that before with it, so maybe it'll be all right. Alright, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to go in here and see what I can get out right now. Cleaned it out where I can get to it just a little better. And once I go through it, then I'm going to just plow it all up, drag all that filth and mess out of that field. But try to go on and clean it up. So I'll get back with you before I'm done. Okay, I'm going to give a verdict here. I've got 2 5-gallon bucketfuls, and there are some nice potatoes in there. But where these actually could grow, especially on out from the middle on up, where they could grow like normal, they would produce. I mean, they were piled underneath the vine, so they are producers. One of the things that happened here, the deer, if you remember, got in here and they clipped them back, and that stunted them. That cut their lifespan back. So they really were not able to recuperate from that. And down on this end is where it stayed wet. And I noticed where it stayed wet, pretty much all I had was roots. I didn't really have no potatoes under them. So it's really about useless to even dig that. But I'm not disappointed. I've got 2 5-gallon buckets. You know, that'll do us. I mean, you know, we don't eat them every day. So I'm happy with that. I'll live with that. But I think next year, if we have them, we're going to go back with the Covington Reds. That's the ones that we always like. And I'll let you in on something else. I'm still working on an idea with the fence around here. I'm really still thinking of going with electric. But I want to put up a fence infrastructure so that, you know, I could take the electric wire down and put up wove wire in the event that we ever decided we wanted to fence that in up there and maybe put a cow or something in it. I mean, who knows? Really, I'd love to have some livestock, but in my situation, I don't live on this property, so it would really be challenging to do that. But still, I would like to get the fence ready for in the event that we wanted to do something like that. You know, we could. But I feel like the electric wire, if I put it up the same height I've got this, and I'll show you more about that when we do that. That's going to be a ways off before I even attempt that. I need to cut some trees around here. That's another project. I want to work on cleaning out some of that up there. It's growed up a sight to what it used to be. But all the way around the perimeter, all up and through there, back to the edge of the bit where the big trees start. Clean all that out, open it up, and when we do a fence, pretty much right down through here would be where I would bring the fence line to give me enough room to turn around with the tractor, because under this shade really nothing grows. From about where I've got this fence back, it's really useless to try to plant anything because it's too shaded. The trees pull all the nutrients out of the dirt too. So, but if I had, you know, enough room to turn the tractor around, and I'd probably put a gate right up there where we can get in it. And you know, that's kind of the idea that I'm leaning toward. And pretty much everything you see here that is plowed is what I'm wanting to fence in. But up that way, that land up there, and I've had English peas, we've had potatoes up there. Our early garden, we've had one up there before, and it does real good. So, you know, that's what I'm leaning toward up that end of the field up there. May even try some early corn and some beans to have some early ones. And it would be nice to be able to do that. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. I'm gonna get the tractor and I'm gonna clean this mess up and put a wrap on this. We'll try to get the fence back up around these greens right here, because the deer will eat those. We know that from experience. So I've got to put it up around that or I won't have that. So anyway, one thing I've noticed out there, but I've plowed them up now, but they were a bunch of creasy greens coming up in there. So I'm hoping that maybe where the peas were, there's probably some in there too. So we'll see. But regardless whether they are or not, there's still plenty over here along this side and up that way too. So I think we're going to do good on that. So anyway, this will be a wrap for so far this week that I know of. Y'all be safe in the storms that are down there in the South, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Florida Panhandle, Alabama. Y'all be careful down that way, and we'll definitely be trying to pray for you and that God would take care of you. So anyway, we're going to finish this up, and y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.